Hi, would you like to buy local ingredients and taste great food? Meet local people. Hi, it's Angela, and I'd like to introduce you best local food and keep you healthy. Today we are at the Kitchener Market. Are you ready to follow me and see what's happening here? Oh, hi, good morning, Camera. Welcome to be our guest.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's a beautiful day. Can you tell me a bit about the history of the market?
Yeah, certainly. So the Kitchener Market, we're over 150 years old. We
Yes.
are right in the heart of downtown Kitchener. So this market's really been around since Kitchener was a really small town. And in many ways, it's sort of a link through the food heritage of the city. I mean, we've got vendors here who've been with us since, I think, 1897 is our oldest vendor.
Okay.
So you're looking at 3 or 4 generations, not just of businesses, but also shoppers.
Oh, okay.
So we are a year-round market. You can get everything from your meat, fish, specialty goods, breads, to your produce. And in terms of our produce, we support a really healthy range of local farmers who, some of whom were in 15 minutes, and anywhere from, 50 to 100 acres, right down to our smaller farmers who may only have half an acre or so. Really not enough land to survive economically without direct access to consumers like you have at the market. We also have a range of resellers as well who are bringing in produce both from Ontario and internationally, both to serve in the winter months when we don't have things available, also to provide affordable access to food, and to provide some products that just don't grow in Ontario, because at the end of the day, Kitchener is a growing, diverse city. And one of the things we're really proud of is, aside from the fact that we're able to be an affordable space and a high quality space, is we're able to serve a huge range of our community, which is really important, because although the market is an old, heritage space, it's also a really culturally relevant space. It's where people come, they connect, and the ability to have everyone here shopping, connecting, being able to celebrate what's in season it's a really special thing, and it's something we're looking forward to, hopefully not us, but the next generation of vendors and the market team doing for another 150 years, because this is one of those hearts of the city.
Okay, wow, yeah, I'm impressed. I've been here many times. I enjoy being here. This is not only a place you buy food, but it's a place you connect to people, right?
Yeah, and we focus on food education. We'll run classes and workshops. We'll have festivals through the summer. In fact, in the pandemic, you'll see behind us right now, this is a market. In the week, it's a car park, but in the pandemic, it was an outdoor event space. We ran over 20 large events, both for citizens through the market and for private organizations who had nowhere to perform, nowhere to gather. And so, that utility, I think, speaks to, how important places like the market are. Because this isn't the original market building. There's been 3 market buildings over time, but it's still the same market.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really exciting thing.
Okay, so what do you think the uniqueness of this market compared to any other farmers market?
So I think first of all, Ontario is a phenomenal place for farmers markets because it's a phenomenal place for food. We live in one of the best growing regions in the world. I think one of the things that's unique around us, or less common, is that ability for us to run year round almost the same size because of the facility we have.
Yes.
It really means that this can be a shopper's permanent grocery place. We see over 7,500 shoppers a week.
Okay.
And the vast majority of those come year round. This is their staple for grocery, and there aren't a lot of other grocery spots downtown. I think maybe another unique thing to mention is, as a result of that, this isn't just a nice social place, it's actually an amazing economic engine. So this place generates probably between $17 and $21 million in wider economic impact.
Wow.
So every dollar
Great.
spent at a farmer's market in Ontario generates between $1.4 and $2 in local economic impact, because these businesses, they employ local people, they rent local production spaces, they work within an hour of here, and that really means that if you want to support your community, it's a phenomenal place to invest your money. You're not just investing in great produce, you're investing in your community.
So we need to support our community, support our locals, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's more important than ever. I mean, this facility alone, you might not think it when you look around, but these businesses support nearly 300 workers. So, you know, if you think about any other establishment that had 300 workers, both on-site and off-site, that's a phenomenal thing. And, you know, when we're looking at a time where, you know, economically things are tough for people, that not only supports them, but it also means that people are able to get access to the things they need at a price they can afford.
Oh, okay. And also it's important to get a local, healthy, fresh food compared to the food you buy from, you know, thousands of miles away, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you will find produce here from a long way away. I mean, for example, citrus fruit, you're not going to find here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the ability to take advantage of the local foodscape. I think we mentioned earlier, for example, if you want tomatoes year round, yes, you can't buy them from a field, but you can also get them from a greenhouse in Leamington, which is what, maybe 40 kilometers away. So the distance piece is hugely important. The freshness, I think, you know, aside from the health, it's the taste, it's the ability to pick something up that, you know, hasn't been grown and selected because it needs to travel. It's been grown and selected because it tastes good, because it's traveling maybe, you know, 50 miles and it's maybe being picked 2 days before maximum. And, you know, that's a great thing. It's a good way to fill your shopping basket, and it's a nicer way to eat.
Yeah, it's great. So what are the major components of this market?
Okay, so we have our large outdoor produce area where you'll find around 16 different vendors. It's around, I think, 12 farmers and then resellers, and our farmers range from very small, some organic farmers to larger conventional farmers. If you go inside, you'll find pretty much everything else you could find in a grocery store other than tinned goods. So your meat, your fish, your bread, specialty products, your cheeses. We have 2 fantastic cheesemongers. You know, we have, breweries as well, so you can come and get great local beer here. And I think the nice thing as you walk around is you'll see there's those very, very long-term businesses, but you'll also see businesses who've been here 6 months. You know, the nice thing about a market is we bring people in, and if they're successful, they may stay for 100 years. If they're successful, they may leave because they need to go somewhere bigger. That's our job. Like, if we wave goodbye to someone because they're too big for the market, like, that's fantastic because it means someone else gets to come in and do that as well. We do have, you know, vacant spaces at the moment because the pandemic, you know, it hit us hard, like it hit everyone. But what's really exciting is the number of applicants that we're getting who are bringing things that maybe we don't have at the market, who are maybe changing careers. Maybe through the pandemic they realized actually they have a passion for food, or, you know, it's something that they used to do and they wanted to pick back up, or they've realized that their job wasn't, you know, taking them in the direction they wanted. And with a city like Kitchener, it's not a simple thing to just say, oh, I want to be a chef, so I'm going to buy a shop. You know, that's an expensive endeavor. But the ability to say, I have an idea, I'm going to find a kitchen, and I know there's somewhere where there's 7,500 people every week, and I just pay my booth fees. It's a great way to get those businesses started. And we really hope that, you know, some of those people who've been here a year, you know, in 100 years' time, their kids and grandkids will be running it the same as our older vendors now are. So yeah, it's that cycle and is really important. So yeah, you can get pretty much, I'd say, everything you need here in terms of food.
Yes, and it's pretty multifunctional as well. It's not only about the food. You also have some artistic product, right? Also, you have workshops.
Yep. So we have a great artisan sort of market. We have a rotation of around, I think it's about 40 different vendors we work with, usually around 8 to 10 a week. And then at high seasons and holidays, we'll have bigger markets. So for example, this Christmas, we'll have a 4-week, we call it our winter artisan market. So we'll have about 40 additional vendors on site. We'll have music, we'll have performances, we'll set up our synthetic rink. And yeah, we like to host festivals. We like to host, you know, activities. We want to bring people together for more than food, because if you can shop, but your kids can also go to a workshop and you can watch some music and you can meet your neighbors, like that's part of feeling like you're in a community. And we know that from, you know, the research done in the last few years, the pandemic made people feel so isolated, and being able to have somewhere where you can come for free and you can just engage in the day, you can buy what you need and go, it means that socializing isn't a luxury. It's something you can just do. Yeah,
we really miss that part of social, right? Because nowadays people just on the phone all the time, so it's a nice place you can meet local people and communicate, get to know the folks.
We often call it our incidental audience. It's the people who are brought here by necessity, because everyone needs to eat 3 times a day, and are then able to be exposed to the things we're doing and to each other, and to gain all those social benefits. Yes.
And also you have like restaurants on the 2nd floor, so people can come here enjoying a breakfast or lunch.
And the upstairs is open all the way through the week.
Oh, okay.
So Tuesday right the way through to Saturday, we're open. We have 10 different restaurants up there, cuisine from all over the world. Again, I think it speaks to the diversity of the city. It's not just cuisine from all over the world; it's chefs from all over the world.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a really nice community of talented people. There's some great food up there. I would recommend if you guys haven't had breakfast, you head up here after you've done your work.
Okay, sounds you are proud of this place.
I think the city has to be, I think again, not to go back to dreary times, but in terms of pride, when we had to be mitigated due to COVID, the passion that we got from customers to be open and to continue to support, and the fact that they would queue in -20 outside because they care about this place, the way I look at it for our team, if our vendors are so proud of this place and our customers are so proud of this place, how can we be anything but? It is a privileged thing to be able to help operate.
Great.
We are seeing a new generation coming in, a lot younger crowd, so that's good for the market.
Oh, hi, Joe.
Hello, Angela.
How do you enjoy being a vendor here?
How do I enjoy being a vendor here? Well,
Yeah.
I'm fourth generation, actually third generation farm, but my sons are there, and the fourth generation. We've been here since 1934.
Oh.
Not in this building, but at City Hall.
Oh,
It's been
okay.
quite a while ago. Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you like it here?
How do I like it here? It's been very good for us. I like the people. It's nice that we're kind of back to normal. During COVID time, it wasn't so friendly because people come to the market to socialize. It's a big part of people's daily routine. They build community. COVID kind of brought that back, so it wasn't as fun to be around during COVID time, like during that time, because I kind of miss the socialization, people come and talk to us. So a lot of our vendors obviously come and they want to say hello to you, and they want to ask you questions, and and they want to interact. They want to interact, yeah.
So do you get many return customers?
Yes, I would say probably about 90% of our business is return customers.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah,
Okay.
very, very, very faithful customers, yeah.
Okay. That means you are very good.
We try to be. Yeah.
So is this the major marketplace for you, or?
Yes, this is, we do have a farm shop at home. It's kind of small. That's just open on like the weekends, but this is our main selling spot, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a major place for people who come to buy and
Yes.
get to know you.
Yes.
Great. Yeah. So just tell us
Okay.
what do you have here?
Sure. What we have now, we're just finishing up our tomatoes, our peppers are finishing up, our eggplants are done. But then we'll have obviously potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots. Those are all the root vegetables. We carry those basically throughout the entire year. So we have spinach and lettuce. But that will be coming to end within maybe 3 weeks, I figure, until we get another very heavy frost. But yeah.
It looks so fresh. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Hi, Mary J.
Hello.
So what do you sell here?
I sell cheese, I sell milk, olives, a lot of dairy products, a lot imported from Canada, the European Union. So a lot of cheese.
A lot of cheese.
Oh yeah.
How do you enjoy being a vendor here?
Well, I am the third generation here, so our family's been here a long, long time, and I didn't like it growing up, but because it was Saturdays, but
yeah.
I obviously enjoy it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here anymore.
Oh, okay. So do you get return customers?
Oh yeah. There a lot of customers come weekly, but we are seeing a new generation coming in, a lot younger crowd, so that's good for the market.
So what's your produce uniquely, like different from everybody else?
Well, we're able to import cheese ourselves,
Okay.
so that means that we're not just limited to what the big distributors are bringing in. So we're able to look at more little niche markets and bring in different product.
Okay. Okay. So you understand what customer needs and then you do it accordingly, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Like we carry a lot of raw milk cheeses, a lot of buffalo cheeses, and they're not like readily available in this area. A lot of sheep's milks that are not readily available in this area. So,
What's the healthy benefits of this product?
well, cheese is good for you actually, and they claim that, believe it or not, that cheese actually promotes weight loss. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great. And it's yummy, right?
yeah, of course.
Yes. Okay.
And don't ask me my favorite because there isn't a favorite. Depends on my mood.
So you have each cheese for different moods.
Yep,
Could you
exactly.
explain more? That's interesting. Oh, hi. Good morning, Nikki.
Hi, how are
Thank
you?
you. Good. Thank you for being our guest.
Thanks for having me.
Could you tell me about your restaurant style?
So our restaurant style is Caribbean food. We serve up a mixture of Jamaican and Guyanese food.
Yes.
For example, we do like jerk chicken, oxtail,
Okay.
some rotis, curry chicken or jerk chicken rotis. So it's a nice fusion of flavors, Caribbean cuisine from the different islands.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
How do you enjoy being a vendor here?
Oh, it's lovely. I've considered Kitchener Market of a community, so it's nice being a part of the downtown community. You get to see the same customers over and over each week. You get to watch the families grow. You see kids when they start at this age and now they're in high school. So it's a nice community. It's a nice downtown community. And then you get to see a lot of visitors from out of town, from overseas or wherever. So I really enjoy being here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your uniqueness compared to some other place?
Uniqueness, I would say, is the service. Everybody here offers great food, but I think, and great service too. But like people always comment us on our friendliness. We know most of our customers by name. So I think that sets us apart really from everybody else. But the good food too, like if you want a lot of a food with a lot of flavor, a lot of spice, to your level, this is the place to be. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it looks so appetizing to me. I like the colors and
Yes, it is. It doesn't only look appetizing; it is.
Yeah.
It's good on your palate. Like it's good food. Yes.
So what do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5 years, hopefully, I would like to grow the business here. I'm in the process of doing some renovations to make it nicer and hopefully have another location somewhere in KW. So that's where I see myself, just to grow the business, offer more meals and stuff like that and get another location because the market always are kind of limited in time. It's like breakfast and lunch.
Oh,
and a lot of people sometimes want dinner service. So
Oh,
I'm
I
looking into maybe getting into another place where I can offer that service also.
Okay. What would you like to say to your future customers?
Come and visit us, like returning customers, come on down. A lot of persons don't know that the market is still open after COVID. We're open Tuesdays to Saturdays. And for those who don't know about the Kitchener Market, I invite you all to come down and, just enjoy the atmosphere, the food, the vendors downstairs. Yeah.
We're now seeing, farmers who are newcomers who are arriving with agricultural skills from overseas, who are renting land and contributing and saying, hey, I want to farm, I want to take part.
So what do you see the market in the next 5 years?
I think in many ways it will be the same. Markets are incredibly resilient.
Okay.
The fact that you have all these businesses, the vast majority weathered through the pandemic, they're entrepreneurs. Some of them may have pivoted, but they're often doing, things that the parents and grandparents did. I think the other side of that in terms of 5 years is we are starting to see some really interesting new businesses. We're now seeing, farmers who are newcomers who are arriving with agricultural skills from overseas, who are renting land and contributing and saying, hey, I want to farm, I want to take part. The other piece is the change downtown. So Kitchener it's a really exciting growing city.
It is.
Yeah. We're expecting to see, 10, 20,000 people in the downtown core. And as cities like this densify, you know, local food hubs where you don't need to drive a long way are going to be really important. So a lot of that balance will be supporting our existing vendors and shoppers and giving them the experience they love, but also making sure that all our new residents feel welcome and what they need is here, so that they get to take part in this.
Okay, so we're so fortunate to have a market like this.
Oh, hugely. I mean, you know, the reality is a vast number of cities in Ontario and Canada did have markets like this, and now many of them don't. You know,
okay.
across the really sort of the 50s to the 80s, you know, we started shopping differently, and we still see a vast number of markets. I mean, you know, you take Toronto, for example, there's over 40 markets, but, you know, there's only, I think, 4 that are city markets, right? And so having something like this as something that the city can offer, I think it's a really important anchor for the community. We are lucky to have it, and you know, I think part of that, you know, luckiness, it's a privilege for me and my staff to help keep this running, because we want to be part of the story of a place like this continuing to be successful.
Sounds you are very passionate.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're passionate because we're lucky to work with all these people. I mean, we keep the place in order, we make the show happen, but you know, the stars are here. Like, we don't grow the food, we don't make the food, you know.
Yeah.
I get up at 4 a.m. to come to the market, these guys are up at 10 o'clock last night.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
they're harvesting, you
Hard
know,
work.
rain, snow, sleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're really lucky to work with them, and it's, you know, I think, you know, for the public, you can see, there's
Yeah,
rain or shine, you'll see this many people here because it matters to them.
it is, it is. What are the challenges?
So, I mean, we face the challenges that everyone did through COVID. You know,
Yeah.
markets are not unique. I think, you know, the fact that we do all of our business on one day obviously creates unique challenges that maybe a supermarket doesn't have. I think the other side that we see is, you know, food costs are increasing. Now, for a market, you may notice as you walk around, you know, our vendors have done, I think, a fantastic job of you know, remaining affordable and attainable for people. And I think a large part of that is because when you buy from a farmer, we like to say you're shaking the hand that grows your food. But it goes two ways, because our vendors, they know our customers. You know, they sometimes know their customers from this big to when they're bringing kids of their own. So when you see, you know, your customers, you want to make sure that they're fed, they're healthy, they're getting, you know, a good deal. So our guys work really hard, not just to make the food or bring the food, but also to make sure it's affordable. And that's I think it's a credit to them, and it shows the benefit of community-based food systems. It's challenging for them because, yes, you know, they could increase their prices significantly and say, hey, look, my margins are going to stay the same. But you know, that ability to, you know, work to find that value for a customer, it's not just to sell, it's because people want the customers to thrive, and that reciprocal relationship, I think, is a really beautiful thing.
It is. So what would you like to say to your future customers?
You know what, I think for our future customers, if you haven't been down, I think I would cast aside maybe some of the connotations people have about farmers markets, that they are luxury places, or they're places to pick up a few things, or they're just a fun day out. Like, they're a great way to actually do your shopping, to shop local, to support local, and at the end of the day, to eat better food.
Yeah.
And if you are within, you know, a few kilometers, there's, in my opinion, no better place to get your stuff and no better people to buy it from. So we'd really love to see you down.
So how can people find more information about this place?
So they can go to our website. They can follow the city's Instagram page, which heavily features the market when we're doing things. They can also get in touch with us at the office. I think the best way they can learn more about the place is to come down.
Oh yes.
You know,
Yeah,
I think the best thing, come down. You know, spend an hour. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to go home with some really great food.
That's what I'm planning to do today. Seeing is believing, right?
Yeah, totally.